Hello, everybody. This is lesson number 76. Happiness is a duty. And that's what it sounds like. Happiness is a duty. It is your duty to be happy in life. A lot of people are miserable and they're like, oh, I'm mad, I'm sad. And they do nothing about it. They're like this passive, I don't know, they'll say, I'm sad, I'm not happy, as if they want someone else to do something for them to make them happy. No one makes you happy except you. All right, that's a perfect example. Nobody can make you happy except yourself, and it's your duty to be happy. There, you make a decision. You're either happy or you're miserable. There's not much middle ground. But I mean, I should say, there's not much middle ground in that. It's very easy to slip to a bimodal distribution of either being pretty happy or miserable. And I'm not talking the ecstatic where some people start chasing with drugs or cocaine or whatever. Oh, I want to have that feeling again, which is unrealistic and unsustainable. So it is your duty in life to be happy. If you look at it from a scientific data standpoint, one of the biggest obstacles to being happy is your expectation. They've done studies, famous study of the Olympics. Somebody that wins the bronze medal, the third place medal, is happier than somebody that won the silver medal, because the silver medal person was like, oh, I could have had the gold, and they're unhappy. But the bronze medalist, like, oh, I almost didn't medal, I got a medal, so he's happier. This is one problem with modern society. You look at all of the richest 0.00001%, the most beautiful 0.001% in the whole, normal distribution. You're looking at the top, not even the top 1% of their cars and their Bentleys and Mercedes and Ferraris and Lamborghinis and their houses and their possessions and their things. And this, when everyone compares this to what they have, they feel miserable because it's and people are trained now to expect that. They're expecting, oh, you can have anything you want, you can do anything you want, you can be anything you want. That's not quite true. You can't probably be. There's only so many millionaires. There's only so many NFL, baseball stars. There's only so many whatever. It used to be that people didn't have that much expectation, and I don't think if you measured someone with a pretty harsh life 200 years ago, they would have been less happy than someone who has a pretty posh life today. For example, arranged marriages. It used to be in almost every culture and many cultures that marriages were pretty much arranged. You didn't have much choice of who you married, and guess what? Most of those people probably weren't miserable. They were probably happy. Nowadays, we couldn't even think of that, and you would think everyone would be miserable, but now people pick their partner, and more, I would say most marriages, and when I say most, I mean more than 50%, are pretty dang unhappy. So the old idea that, oh, if people could just have picked their mates, they'd be happy, I think there was probably higher marriage satisfaction then than there is now. This isn't a commentary on marriage, it's a commentary on your expectations. People expect so much more now, and when they fall short, they're miserable. When they don't have the lifestyle of the cocaine princess in the rap video who's making billions and has access to everything, or the Playboy yacht owner, and those are things that you're not going to do that. So what you have to do to live, be happy, it's your duty to be happy. So since it's your duty to be happy, you might as well do it right. Look at the world, look where you're at, and do these things. Look at all of the basic things in life that you have that if you didn't have, you'd be miserable. I have 2 eyes, I see pretty good. Oh, if I didn't have those and was blind, I would be a lot less happy. I have 2 good arms, 2 good hands. Wow, if I didn't have those, I can get out of bed and walk around with my 2 good feet. I'm not going to show you my feet, but I have ears to hear music. I have a tongue to taste delicious food. I have teeth that can chew the food. I have, I can walk out and I have good lungs that I can breathe the air, and I don't have emphysema that can, so this is I don't want it to blend into the same lesson, which all lessons are probably the same lesson of, have an attitude of gratitude, but it's your duty to be happy. So look back on life at what you have, realize how much you would be sad if you didn't have that, to compare that, if you need that comparison. And I think in some other video I have a lesson that says, you can double your possessions by having your wants, by taking your wants and cutting them in half. Don't have an artificial measuring stick, a calibration tool that is ridiculous, you know. And people also, another thing in science, which we've had, people tend to have a set point of happiness. It's kind of strange. Like, suppose on a scale of 1 to 100, with 50 being the normal distribution, say that's your average happy. Say this person's a little happier than average. He's a 60. And he gets in a car wreck and loses a leg. Now, his happiness may go down to 30 or 20 or something. But then after 5 years, he's probably back at a 60. There is a genetic component of contentedness, happiness that people tend to have. You know, somebody can win the lottery and get a whole bunch of, you know, somebody could be at a 40 in happiness out of 100. And then they win the lottery, they go up, but then after a while, even if they don't lose the money, which most lottery winners do, they're probably down at a 40 again. Their happiness is a 40 if they're driving a Ferrari or if they're driving a clunker. Their happiness is at a 40 if they're married to a supermodel or an ugly person. It's you need to get a hold of that. Being happy is a duty, and it's a decision. You need to decide to become happy and do it. It's that simple. There's a lot of things going on in the world. They said that your expectations are there, and your level of happiness is not because you have more things or achieve more things or win more trophies or get more money. Your happiness is more basic than that. And you need to cultivate being happy. It'll make you, and here's the deal. Here's the beautiful thing. Once you become happier, it'll build. Just like misery leads to more misery, leads to more misery, or losing leads to more losing, leads to more losing, or, you know, they that have given much get more and more and more. They that lose, you know, nothing. It's like an ill tide, the old Greek, you know, an ill tide that just keeps beating you. You know, bad luck leads to more bad luck, leads to more bad luck. A win leads to more opportunities to win. Deciding to be happy, acting happy, looking at what you have in life to become happy. The simple, mundane. I like a coffee cup. I have a coffee cup. I don't drink coffee, but and I like that cup. And I hold it. I'm like, I'm glad I have this cup. That's nice. I think it was a $3 cup, but I like my cup. It doesn't have to be $100 coffee cup. And I have my T-shirt, and I like it. I'm like, that's a good T-shirt. I don't want a $1,000 tuxedo. I like what I have, and I enjoy it, and I try to enjoy the simple, everyday tasks of life. So it is your duty to be happy. Start doing your duty. Make yourself appreciate things, and you will become happier. So I guess that's a simple thing. Happiness is a duty. It's a habit. Like everything in your life, it's a habit. And so start doing it. It's your duty to be happy. And if you're not happy, you're doing something wrong. And maybe that's a bigger problem. You need to fix something that's not making you happy. Many people aren't clear thinking. They're miserable. They don't know why they're miserable, but they're just unhappy. And then they're like, oh, I'm unhappy. And if you decide to be happy, it's your duty to be happy. You decided to do it. Then you do it, and then you start looking at, hey, I'm really not happy about this thing. And then you'll recognize this and you'll fix it. So that's lesson number 76. It's your duty to be happy. If you're not happy, if you're not having a good time, you're doing something wrong and you need to fix it. Hope this helps somebody. See you later. Bye.